What's up, y'all? Because I'm a Fury, and fresh off of the Xbox presentation that just happened, I'm going to give my honest feelings on the presentation. And that's the only way I know how to do is keep it honest. I can give a damn what you think about it when it comes to my opinion. If it doesn't match up, hey, that's what humans do. We disagree. Agree to disagree? Okay. Anyway, getting into it. Halo Infinite, all right, doesn't look anything special because we know it's developed for current gen and is going to be enhanced for the Series X. And the thing to note at it is that it's going to run at 60 frames per second, which is basically what Miles Morales, the equivalent of Miles Morales on the PS5, meaning it was developed on a PS4 engine, but it's going to be enhanced to run on PS5, so it's going to make the best of it by the frame rate. So you got to see new weapons, a new villain who looked like he's the boss, fangs and all. Look like, how did Yonko basically he looks like a bearded Thanos, and of course the Covenant armor. So after that, we get a word in from, I guess, Phil Spencer, I believe it was, if memory serves me correct. And he talked more about Game Pass. And they showed a little bit of Forza, of course, in engine, but no gameplay. And it's going to run at 60 frames, which is great. This is what I was talking about before. Performance error. This is what Sony and Microsoft mutually should be focusing on. You know, we're going to get there eventually with the graphics and make it look mind-blowing. But like I said, the eye can only see but so much. But it can see staggering. It can see slowness. It can see a few other things. But as for when the fidelity kicks in, you know, frame rate's important, especially in the midst of gameplay. So we get to see just an engine of Forza, no in the cockpit play, none of that. So moving on, Rare, yes, Rare, makers of Conquerors and Banjo, Kazooie, and Killer Instinct. They Microsoft. They've been Microsoft for years. So now we have this whole thing where we're gonna actually see a new game called Everwild, and it looks very like Breath of the Wildish when it comes to the art style. It's about nature and sorcery, things of that nature. I don't know what to make of it yet. As for gameplay, because there was no gameplay on it, so I don't know what to tell you on this one. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful game. Hopefully later on we'll see what the gameplay is all about. So after that, we ended up with a Life is Strange style type of game called Tell Me Why. It's like a brother and sister come back to town. They start seeing memories, stirring up old things, and it's a supernatural suspense adventure type of game, you know? And it's probably going to have elements of Until Dawn. I don't know if it's going to be horror, but you get what I'm saying. It's not going to be horror, but it's going to have that type of storytelling to it. And then after that, we got like Ori, the Will of the Wisps update, which means it's going to be enhanced for Series X. So it's going to be running at 120 frames per second. Once again, shout out to them for pushing performance, you know. You know what? I have Game Pass. I need to stop being lazy and just give a lot of these games a chance, you know. I think highly of what it offers. I've been playing other ones. I'm gonna start playing Ori to see what's the buzz all about. But we get to that. 120 frames per second enhanced for the Series X coming later on this year. Good. And then now we see the trailer to Obsidian. Obsidian hit us with a 3-punch right here. They gave us the how can we say, what's the expansion of the Outer Worlds name? It's called Peril on Gorgon. You know, they gave us gameplay elements of that, showed us what to expect from that. And then we got a glimpse of a new IP, which is kind of like a miniaturized world. You like play a bunch of kids shrunk down into the backyard. You know, like that. Remember the ant bully? Pretty much that, but you build it. It has Fortnite elements when it comes to world building, Minecraft style of, but it's a survival game. So you have to fight off spiders, giant. Well, they look giant, but you just shrunk down. So you get it. It's called Grounded, and it will be available in a couple of days on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, I guess you can give it a try. Not so interested in it, but then Obsidian hit you with the third story, which is they gave us a sneak peek at a game early in development. They knew RPG, which they know they're known for, and it's a first-person RPG called Avowed. No gameplay, just early in development, just to let us know it's there, you know. And then we got another style, like a story-driven game, story-driven mystery game, an indie game called As Dusk Falls. It has one of those how can I say though? I can't really, I'm trying to, not stop motion, but one of those in motion comic styles. You remember back, the Serial is a serialized story driven game. Don't know what to make of it, but here's one of my biggest disappointments of the presentation is no new Hellblade gameplay. Well, I hope when they have it ready, it's good, but no Hellblade 2, and you got an update from them, it's going to take place in Iceland, that's about it. And they touted that, okay, you can look at us scouting for land. I was like, I want gameplay, thank you very much. Okay, so after that, we got Double Fine coming on, another studio. Most of these are like pretty much first party with a little bit of other in it. So we got Psychonauts 2, which was a comment that was gameplay mixed in with the trailer. It looked very psychedelic, but note here, Tenacious D, and you get to see Jack Black actually singing and recording the song for it, and he sounds really good, which is shocking. So we get to see that element of it and such. So Psychonauts, if you're a fan of that, which they have a cult following, we got that one available here as well. And after that, we got actually news that Destiny 1 and 2, I guess now that Bungie's, separate from Activision, they working with Microsoft, not working directly with them, but they cool with Microsoft. Were they probably, did they part on amicable terms? I don't know. But anyway, they made an announcement on the Microsoft part that Destiny 1 and 2 will be Game Pass in September, and all expansions are included with that. And then they are also working on a 4K 60 frames per second version for the Series X. That's good. Probably doing the same thing for PS5, so nothing really spectacular there. And then we have another trailer for the game Stalker, but the sequel, Stalker 2. We got another trailer to a new Warhammer 40k game called Dark Tide. Another trailer to Tetris Effect, which I guess is finally making its debut on the Xbox platform. I don't know. And then we got another trailer to a game that looked like it got gameplay in it, but you can't really tell these days. It's called The Gunk. It has really Luigi vibe, Super Mario Sunshine-esque vibe to it. And then we got like a psychological action adventure game called The Medium, where there's two dimensions rendered simultaneously, which it sounds really cool in concept. I don't know what to make of it. Hopefully when we get gameplay, we can understand where it's coming from. It might have like this Alan Wake style narrative to it. I don't really know what to tell you with it. We didn't get to see much. Then after that news, we pretty much got, to close out the show, we got news that there's going to be 2 console launch exclusives that, basically come from Remedy, the makers of what's the game that came out, the starring Aaron Ashmore again. Damn it, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Damn, I'm sorry. You know which one I'm talking about, the Xbox One game. Let me see if I have it here in my background. I don't believe it just faded from my mind. Quantum Break. Yes, Quantum Break. Yes, Quantum Break. The makers of Quantum Break, Remedy, got a new game called Crossfire X, console launch exclusive. And then we got another one from another console launch exclusive. And although I'm stumbling all over my words here, and I'm like, you know what? It's Phantasy Star Online 2, the MMO that really kicked off its lifespan and its following on the Sega Dreamcast. And that's pretty much it, but they left us with one more thing, which was Fable. Just to let you know, hey, here's a little trailer of it, got a little bit of comedy in it, but Fable, whatever, it's not called Fable 2, it's just Fable, it's coming back. And everything else they said, they'll let us know at the end of, later on this year. There's still no pricing on it. There's still none of this. And I'm like, okay, whatever. If you really want to know how I felt about the presentation, I was satisfied. I wasn't like overwhelmed and amazed. I was satisfied. It's like they got new games coming out, which is one of the things I want from Microsoft, is games, like exclusive games. The pedigree of the games is yet to be seen, because these are properties that I don't know. They're new. So I can't be like, you know what? Oh my God, Microsoft is back. I don't know that. All right, so we will see. They're on Game Pass. I am a Game Pass follower, so I can give them a try. I will keep you posted. That's the good thing about it. I ain't got to go spend $60 on shit that I probably won't like. Hence the reason why Game Pass is successful. But I digress. So anyway, in a nutshell, presentation, new games, yes. Disappointment, no Hellblade 2 gameplay. And the thing is, and I'm going to say this now, if you were totally fine with Sony's presentation of not having a lot of gameplay, and you are a Sony pony yelling at Microsoft for not presenting more gameplay, then you are a hypocrite. Which, in that case, you belong over there on MBG's live stream, because that's basically the den of hypocrites. Because I'm a Fury, I'm out. Peace. Oh, yeah. One more thing. And I forgot to mention this in my video. Not a day one either on this one. I'm going to keep it as real as possible. And why? Like I said, if a lot of this stuff is coming to the Xbox One X and the Xbox One, do I really need to rush out and get the hardware? No, not yet. There's nothing. I have 2 years time. That's the main reason why too. There's two factors. There's no games that really, like, you know what, it's only going to be exclusive on Xbox Series X. So I'm looking for PlayStation 5 to probably push more hardware than Microsoft will. But Microsoft still make more money. I have to keep it as honest as possible, man. I don't give a damn if you are a loyalist to Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo. I gotta keep it honest. I don't know if they're gonna push, if they're gonna sell as much as on PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5, given a reputation and given the fact that they making it like, look, you're not going to get us doing cross-platform games like when it comes to our first-party releases. Whereas Microsoft is taking a more consumer-friendly, you know what? Hey, That keeps our demand down. That keeps our money up. Like somebody said that Microsoft has this whole, they too business orientated, and that's kind of true. That is kind of true, y'all. It is. It is kind of true that they are very business orientated. Is it detrimental? To a degree. Is it financially successful for them? Yes, it has been. So I don't really know what to make of this whole situation, but I can tell you my prediction. PS5 is going to sell more. It is. Not just because of the trust they have with the fan base and with gamers in general. It's the fact that these people are going to want these PS5 games. Whereas Microsoft's like, you know what? You don't have the money for it. We're going to still support you. We're not going to leave you out in the cold. So me as a gamer, I win. Because why? I'm a collector. I'm going to eventually get both of them. But my thing is, I don't have to rush out to get a PS5 because there's nothing on PS5 that makes me want to rush out and get it. And then for Microsoft first party games, a lot of them, just about all of them, are going to be available for the Xbox One X, which I still have. So that's a main reason. Plain and simple. They're going to sell more, but it's not going to make Microsoft less financially successful. And I think when Microsoft switched to that mindset, it pissed off a lot of gamers. But at the end of the day, like I always say, these are businesses, okay? You can put all your money into it. You can have all these sales and respects, but if you're spending a lot and not making as much as you want, you are not going as successful as you would like to be. And this is a problem. Like I've said before, Sony Studios PlayStation is pretty much holding it down for the rest of Sony. You know? You don't want to face that reality. Oh, well, they made more than Microsoft. They sold more than that. I'm like, they spent more. They spent more developing consoles, and the other divisions of Sony aren't doing that well. So who's holding them down? PlayStation is. Business, y'all. 101. Anyway, y'all, like I said, once again, PS5 is going to sell more. I'd be surprised if Xbox Series X take off and sell a lot, given the fact that they're going to support their current ecosystem and give you 2 years. So they're looking at the long-term strategy, whereas Sony's looking to capitalize right now. And will Microsoft ever catch up when Sony have that momentum? It's yet to be seen. Because I'm a Fury, I'm out. This time for real. Peace.